Live.
Okay.
Twitter, you're looking at our kitchen bar. Let's change that. Flip camera.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, guys. Welcome. Welcome, everyone, to our third open house live stream for our BaRPiG development and on financials and where we stand right now, visual design and stuff.
Yeah. So first of all, thank you for those who are returning to check us out.
Yeah.
It's interesting that the kind of positive feedback we're getting on these vlog meetings. So keep it up. Keep contacting us. We're happy that you guys like this sort of personal touch that we're trying to add to it.
Hi, Taliban.
Oh, he's back. Isn't that fantastic?
We love it too. So just for the people that are wondering why we're talking in different directions, we have our Twitter screen over there. We've got
the sign now.
Kickstarter
that's
screen.
Called learning.
Got our Kickstarter screen over there on the laptop, and we have our Facebook feed on the phone down there. In fact, I can show you something really fun. That's our setup. So Twitter is looking at Facebook Kickstarter right now. Gives you an idea why every time we do these vlogs, it's a bit crazy. And yeah, there are ways around this, but it's really difficult, and it's just easier to get 3 devices set up. So, okay. So,
starting with where we are at with our visuals. Since last meeting, we talked a lot about how we were sort of developing feedback from Board Game Geek and Reddit. I've been on Reddit. John has been on Board Game Geek. And sort of looking to see what people, the expectations people have for us for our visuals. Yeah. And we've decided that this is definitely something that's going to be a major focus for our new campaign, because it seems that in our feedback we realized that we've got 2 pieces of the trifecta, 2 pieces of the Triforce. Yeah. So first, there's we have the gameplay down. The gameplay has been tested. The people who have played the game love it. We've seen it so much success,
so many iterations, and also fun to see when every time people play the game, they get really creative with what they do. I think one of the most fun things we've ever had during the campaign was the playtesting and seeing people come up with very fun solutions and fun ideas playing our game. It's robust. And I think that's one of the most surprising things as well. The game works. It works really well.
And then, so we have the gameplay, and the next thing is people respond really well to the idea of pigs. Yeah. We've mentioned it numerous times that since starting BaRPiG, we're starting to feel a little bit bad about, eating bacon.
Because we eat pork, sorry. And,
look at that. There you go. See, people love pigs.
Oh, cute. Aww.
There you go. He's the top. No, it's... people really respond really well to the pigs. We know that the theme works and people like the medieval theme. And I think one of the most interesting feedbacks we had today is somebody asked us about our story. Yeah. What's the story behind these pigs? Why are they fighting? Why is there the barbarian, the pale Eldon? And that's for me, that's really interesting. It means that people are interested in gaining lore about this. The theme works. So we have the gameplay, we have the theme. What we definitely don't have, and we know Reddit and we know Board Game Geek, we're not there visually yet. We don't have the design. I think in the past, with our original campaign, we were promoting ourselves as an indie company, as an individual cottage company. And so the rougher look sort of worked for a while. But I think if we're really going to challenge to go back onto Reddit, because we've seen the expectations of the feedback, we've seen the expectations, so now it's time to. I
think it's also because Kickstarter is such a mature place as far as game development and so forth is concerned. The games that make it are the ones that have got the visuals down. They look good visually. They're very appealing. And for us to compete in that marketplace effectively, we need to be on top of things. Nashra, alles gaat in order? Yeah, everything's fine. Like, she's asking, is everything still working out? And it is. In fact, that's one of the major things we want to talk about. The second thing as well, because we've actually come up to a crossroads, if you will. Mm-hmm. But Phil, finish your bit first. Right? Sorry.
So what we're doing here is we're looking at our the possibility of having the best trifecta we can.
Yeah.
And that's gameplay, theme, and design. And if we can get those 3 things going, then we know that our Kickstarter is really going to put it to the atmosphere. And it's design. That's what we're stalling on right now.
Yeah. So stalling is, well, yeah, it is. It feels like stalling, although it's because it takes longer to get things worked out. Yeah, Nazra wants to ask us something on Twitter. Go ahead, Nazra, please. It's a delay always when messages come in.
We're doing this live, folks.
Yeah. Drum roll.
Just gonna drink my beer until that next question comes.
I can fill in the rest of the gap in the meantime. It's right now where we live. We live in Amsterdam. Nazra. In Amsterdam, dus, near the Maritime Museum. So if anyone wants to visit us for a few beers, it's really close by to brewery. And
not my beers, I'm not sure.
Excuse me. So. The thing is, because it takes time with a bit of back and forth communication with artists, this is where it feels like a bit of a stalling. I think it's more of I feel like it's more of a motive state because we have so many things we've done already, so many things now waiting for this next step. And it is such a crucial step to having the game be successful.
Well, I think one thing you said in the car that was really interesting on our drive home yesterday, we'll get to where we were driving from in a moment. We were in the car last night and we were talking. And Jonathan kind of mentioned that to a certain degree, we were really kind of stumbling into this. And like we said, we're just 2 guys who just happened to stumble into a hobby, which became a lot more. And eventually you need to realize where you stand on that ground. And for us, because we sort of had this stumbling through and we learn as we go, and even our Kickstarter was a learning experience, eventually it's going to come to a point that when we spent the money, we've got to make sure we do it right.
Yeah.
And I think that's one thing that it's not that we're stalling, but we're making sure that we have enough information or had enough information on paper that when it really comes time that for this Kickstarter that we do it right.
Do you want to tell people where we were last night?
Yeah. So where we were last night is we were in Deventer. We were in Deventer, which is a lovely Dutch place in Overijssel, visiting a possible collaborator for our visual design.
Yeah.
We know this guy because he did the work for this game.
Revenge of Dictators.
Shout out to Black Box Adventures, who are making a new game.
And they are
today, yeah. So with this guy, his name is Frederick van de Bunt.
Yeah.
Van de Bunt. Sorry, Fred, if I said that wrong. Our price just went up like 4,000 euro. Yeah, so yesterday we had a meeting with him.
That was the box, not me.
Cut.
Fixing the post.
Open some windows.
So
we met this guy back at Spiel because we're also friends. I hope to Black Box Adventures, and he was designing. He was there also showcasing his work. So that's where we met him, and we've always considered him as part of the project. But of course, we wanted to go with our friend MJ in the preliminary run. So this is some example of some of his fantastic artwork.
Yeah, and he's actually a game graphic designer. He has specialized in making design for games. He's actually worked for gaming companies in the past, so he's got a lot of experience in what works visually and what doesn't. I mean, again, these are some of the cards Revenge of Dictators has, and it gives you an idea of the card layout, how the art works together with that, and it looks fantastic. It really looks nice.
We're salivating at the idea of
we actually pretty much the moment we saw Revenge of Dictators, their game, we talked to them and stuff, especially you, because you saw the prototype the first time at Summerspell. I wasn't there, but then when we met them in Spiel and saw how the cards looked and stuff, we were just blown away and really jealous, but understand how good the art is and how good it could be. So when the question came along to get the visuals done up, and this is what we mentioned last week of the last live stream, one of the first people we turned to straight away was Frederick, to ask him, can we meet up? Can we talk about what we can do? And that's where we were yesterday in Deventer. So,
hello.
Hi, Anim. Hi. So we sat down and had a meeting with him and talked about the various different options we have with regards to doing this. We initially came in with the idea, let's come in and use the current design as it is, but really spruce it up, make it look really good. I think we showed the examples last time of Alex on Board Game Geek, who sent in fantastic work. Did in a matter of like 20 minutes or something. Thanks, I mean. And I'm Turkey, apparently. That's great. The animal, by the way, not the country. And we basically went to him and said, what are the options here? Can we maybe do like a layout design and so forth? And he was very honest and very straightforward of us and said, you have a feel about it. You have a feel about the game. You have a idea, a design, basically. You have a logo and how it feels. Amin's quickly asked, I'm Jono, and this is Phil. And we're
part of BaRPiG. This is the game we've developed. Yeah, there you go. This is the game we've developed. And as soon we'll be on Kickstarter. We're working on our second trial, and this is our third developers meeting.
Yeah, our relaunch. So they basically said we could do one of several things. And I think this is where the financial thing comes into it. I think we'd roll straight into it.
This is really where we're scratching our heads right now.
So as it stands right now, the initial plans was to produce 1,000 copies of the game. And the amount of money we'd get from Kickstarter plus our own investment would work towards making that happen. In fact, the relaunch financials come down to we would invest about 5,000 of our own euros alongside the 3,000 from Kickstarter to make it happen, which would add up together. We'd have the production of the game plus costs of the illustrations, the video we made. If you actually break it down, about a fifth of the production costs, a fifth of that is how much illustration the video costs. Kickstarter takes 10%, plus we have to count 21% tax in Holland. It probably doesn't always count. If you ship the game outside of the EU, you don't pay tax in it, but we got to plan worst case scenario, of course. With the additional money for the revamped layout on a very, very, very basic level, it would increment the cost slightly. We could cover that and keep it 1,000 euros and still basically make our money at the end of the day. We'd be looking at selling about 200 units through Kickstarter with a goal of 3,000 euros. And the remaining 800 euros we then sell ourselves, and we calculate it based purely selling to retail and how much you'd get out of that, and we come just under break even. So that's the reason we would do it. That's one option, because that means we do a very simple layout change and the cards look better, definitely look a lot better using the current art and the current flow they have.
Yeah, given the really having a talk to Frederick gave us a lot of options.
Yeah.
But the biggest thing right now is we need to, talent comes at a price. And I think that's something we definitely have learned for sure.
That's the other side of the coin as well. Frederick also said the other option you have, which is the full package, the full Monty.
The premium.
The premium. is...
we live in Amsterdam, by the way.
Thanks. We would basically have an entire design revamp of the game. We'd use the basis of the illustration design we got from MJ. We have the feel we have already for the game, the medieval, the pigs, the whole lot's there already. In fact, the design brief is very clear. But then everything in it is on the same line, from the font we're using to the colorization of the cards, the color differences between the various different cards and so forth. It all comes into much more of a package, plus a lot of art for the Kickstarter page, plus the design for the box, the whole 9 yards. That is a lot more. Of course, that costs a lot more. And for that reason, we plug the numbers back in, and it would not make sense for us to do 1,000 units. In fact, there wouldn't be a point to do production at all, which kind of sucks because we want to make this game. We really want to make this game. We want to make it good. We want to make it work really well.
And I mean, to sort of sidetrack on here, I think when you talk a lot about, it's not just we want to make this game, we want to make other games too.
Yeah.
The hardest part is our minds are still going, and we've even tried to take a week off just to recuperate between all the stress that happened making the first Kickstarter campaign.
What we did.
We just end up talking about new games we wanted to design. It's frankly insane.
It's an addiction. Game creation is an addiction.
It is.
And we have actually it's your fun idea for the next game as well, which is
my eyes. I'm getting a little flirtatious over here
on Twitter. Yeah. So Phil's idea for the new game is going to be with cutscenes, and that's all we can reveal.
Maybe. If we can prove ourselves as game developers, that's the first step.
Because I think it basically comes into our blood. We love creating things and stuff, and when we take ourselves away from BaRPiG, that still happens. And it's good to do that. It was really good that past week to just take a bit more distance to recollect ourselves while the rest of the cogs are turning in the background. It does mean that we want to make this happen. We always said it from the start. We said it with the moment we didn't make our funding. We canceled funding on the last day, and we said, it's not stopping here. We're going to do this. We're going to make it happen. And now the choice has become what we can do visually to really make it shine.
So this is should we get to the big question?
Big conundrum.
This is the present debate that's going on between us.
Yeah.
So this is your time to check in and prove one of us right, and then the other one has to make dinner or some crap. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. In fact, for everyone that's present, it'd be really, really good to hear you guys' opinion straight away. For those of you tuning in later, you can add your comment, of course, later on, either on YouTube, Facebook, or Kickstarter. The question is...
So full disclosure, before we begin this.
Yeah.
My eyes are blue. That's it. That was Twitter. Full disclosure. No. That's, full disclosure.
That was a Twitter question.
Obviously, people like to have fun on our Twitter. We had somebody just saying outrageous profanity and kept making me laugh because I'm a child. So, full disclosure, we only have so much money.
Thanks so much, Andrea. Yeah.
We've only had so much resources to work with. And the fact of the matter is, to get the premium project, it's going to cost a lot of our personal investment.
We're looking at a personal investment of around 10,000 euros.
So we need to find a way to mediate your expectation versus what we can do financially.
Yeah, literally.
And that's part of being a business.
So the question really comes down to either we go for the initial basic design layout change, the improvement, and then we can see how the Kickstarter goes. In fact, we think it'll go really well. We think it'll really pull in a lot of extra people. Plus, we have all you guys to thank. We're really looking forward to your support when we relaunch as well to get it successful, to get it going. We can then see how successful it gets, and at a later date, if we pass our goal and we get into further, goals later on, we could introduce a stretch goal of investing more of the money we've got from Kickstarter towards an entire overhaul. So
Frederick can do some pretty awesome stuff. Like we're gonna throw that out there right now. Frederick, I wish I had like a trust fund from my dad that I could just push into your pocket. But yeah, he can do some really awesome stuff. We really, really believe in him. We saw his studio, we saw the way he works, and he's a big old nerd like us. And
definitely check out his work and stuff on his website. We'll put that in the
probably in the blog, I guess.
In the blog, I guess, and we'll also add it in the comments straight away after we've finished broadcasting as well. And you can see a bit of his portfolio. He does some fantastic work, and plus he's also got his little pet project. He's writing a really nice animated book.
Don't play so much.
Sorry, shouldn't reveal too much. That's true.
That's just the kind of exclusive knowledge you get here at BaRPiG.
It was really good fun to meet him and stuff, and he's the work he does is incredible. So that's one option. We could do a smaller investment towards having the cards updated, make them look a lot better, doing that, and seeing where it goes, and maybe adding the design overhaul as a later stretch goal. Or we could go all in, go for 2,000 units, put in the 10,000 euros. We'll find it somehow ourselves, and just go all out, because we will recoup this costs with 2,000 euros as well. Otherwise, we wouldn't be doing it. The 2,000 euros means the price per game decreases with the increased investment.
We don't have a child, but we do have a pig.
A question on Twitter. So again, it means we have an extra 1,000 euros which we need to sell, and it's based on worst case scenario. We're selling it only to retail only, to recoup our costs. But that's where we lie, and that's a question to you guys. And for the people who tuned in right now, we would love to hear you guys right now. Matthew's asked the question, 10,000 or 2,000? No, Matthew, the difference is 5,000 or 10,000 euros of our own money. Yeah. And the question is really, do we just do the slight upgrade, or do we do the entire design overhaul? What do you guys think?
But that's basically the conundrum. That is the debate we're having right now.
Yeah. And please chip in your thoughts right now. And I'll tell you what. How about this? Full disclosure: we won't mention this, and this person said that, or that, or that,
even though it's in the log.
Oh yeah, it's in the log, of course. Yeah, but we just want to hear what you guys think. All right, so it's a slight upgrade then overhaul. Fair, good point. People on Kickstarter Live, you following us, you have a chat window. Please fill in if you wish. And of course, we will be looking over the comments as well. And we'll also be relating this back towards the blog.
Yeah. And this is, now the thing is to be perfectly honest, there are other artists to consider aside from Fred.
Yeah.
We really like him because he's just an hour away from us. We know the product he's done. He's worked with our friends before, but we're still looking at another possibility for sure. And maybe we'll have more about that for the next blog.
Well,
maybe not, because we'll talk about that later.
And this, of course, is basing on only using him, but the same question is going to come up, which is absolutely fair. It's either an entire overhaul or it's a slight upgrade and then overhaul. So that really is the conundrum we're sitting with at the moment. Feel free if you guys want to give your opinion on that now while we continue our last small topic. And we'll still be replying to questions as you go as well. And it's cool to have you guys on board, actually. Thanks. Someone said we should hire them to do it, and I think I know who that is. We will reply to that message shortly. Definitely, good point. The third thing I want to talk about is the a little bit of news. You want to do it? I do it.
This?
Yeah, that. Cheat sheet down here.
Okay, yeah. No, if we're like we're trying to like improve our live streams all the time. So I've said like let's be like news anchors. So now we can we have notes and
today's news. Yeah. Did you know? I'm trying to think of something interesting actually.
A pig's orgasm can last up to like 9 hours.
9 hours. It's insane.
That's inside joke.
Sorry.
So yeah, the good news is that our promo video. Jonathan has been slaving away on his laptop, doing some new editing work on making a promo video shorter, as well as making the information a little more concise and more clear. Because we did get feedback on our promo. Yeah,
it was too long, and it basically meant I had a steep learning curve how to use Kdenlive. It's software to do editing. And basically look through the original, because we have original video files and sound files, syncing them up again, putting it together, as well as, we'll see if you catch it, in the original promo video, we got the 6,000 funding goal on the board behind us. Tip to anyone think about doing a Kickstarter promo video, do not mention your funding goal during the video, because you screw yourself if you want to relaunch. Hey, we learn. And basically, we had to decrease the cost of funding goal to 3,000 euros, and I've adjusted that on the video using the video editing techniques and stuff. So it looks pretty good. A few people on Twitter asked if we're gay. Yeah, we are. That's cool.
No, we're just roommates.
We're just roommates, according to Myanmar. Yeah.
Shout out to Myanmar randomly.
Shout out to Myanmar randomly. Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll be able to launch a promo video just to give you guys a little more of an idea. We'll do that at the end of the video.
Yeah, we'll kiss each other in the video.
And only if you go to our website and leave a message or some crap.
BaRPiG.eu. Check us out. So that's really it, I think, for now.
We can talk about our next.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, we're having a good old gay orgy on Twitter right now. Anything can happen in developers meetings. I mean, it is open door.
Hey, Beatrice, welcome.
Yeah. So our next meeting, we had a really interesting message from.
Sorry. Stop it.
Our next business meeting, we had a really interesting message from a developer who's also in Amsterdam. Mm-hmm. And he said that our developer's in the Netherlands, and he said that he's actually trying to get a group together to do a particular event.
Yeah. They started themselves in mobile games and mobile software, and they're actually hosting a really fun event on the 29th of this month, which we can't be at because it's my mum's 70th.
We'll be in Spain.
She's having a big old party, inviting all the family out, and I would be disowned if I don't go there. And you'll be disowned if you don't go there either. And usually we give up a lot for BaRPiG very happily. But sometimes I think my mom turns 70 only once. I'm really glad she's 70 and still alive and kicking, and still scares me a little bit. That's mothers. So for that reason, we won't be able to join them. But they are very keen on doing more events. And we're also very keen on starting our events up again when we have the relaunch date down, when we start working towards that campaign and getting the hype back up again towards it. So we're going to collaborate with them. We're going to work together and see what we can do together. So his name is Michiel. He's going to join us next week for
next week
live feed. So we'll have our first real official guest. Once again, for all those people watching and stuff, it's an open house. If you want to join in our live feed and come in, the details are there. Send us an email. You come around, join us on the couch for a few beers.
Yeah, so just to give you guys an expectation, next week, we're going to not be talking so much about our development. We may have some news, but we're going to talk about more about what it means to be an indie developer, what it means to go on Kickstarter and share some experiences, tell some stories. So for anybody who's interested in making a game or knowing what it's like to be in this mad world,
it's crazy.
Next week is the time to come.
Yeah, for sure. I think that's it. We're almost done.
Yeah, I guess we have to be on Twitter a kiss.
Yeah,
this guy keeps telling us about something that's big.
I think he's talking big. Pig,
oh, the pig. Yeah,
PIG, not BIG. PIG.
No, he's a miniature pig. He's not that big.
Well, he's not that big, yeah. But if you guys have any last questions, shoot. Otherwise, we're always available on Facebook. Send us a message on Twitter. Tweet us, email info@barpig.eu, send us a comment on our Kickstarter. We're here. We love talking to you guys. We love hearing back from you guys, and we really want to look forward to what you guys think about this design conundrum we're at. Either a slight upgrade and a stretch for an overhaul later on, or an overhaul from the start.
That's the big question.
All right. Well, guys, thanks so much. Great from Amsterdam. It's a kiss. Come here. Love you.
We're in Europe. It's okay.
It's not gay if you're roommates.
It's not gay if it's in Europe.
Ooh, if it's Europe. Is he gay or European?
All right. Bye, everybody. We'll see you at our next meeting next week.
Yeah. And
we'll have a special guest, and we'll be talking about developing.
Yay!
So tune in.
Thanks. Bye. And that's Twitter. Bye, Twitter.
And off the air. I think.
We're on the air.